welcome. The cry of the lone dryer. Halloween getting ready to go here. It's the Fred Dryer Sports Show. We're in the Sports Lounge, everybody. Yours truly, Michael Horn with our whole crew here. Fred Dryer, the star of our show, Corey Marino, Jeremy Dayton, our producers, and got a big show for us. How you doing this week, Fred?
Well, I'm well, and I'm in good spirits. So far, this show hasn't changed that opinion of my present-day state of mind.
But we just started the show, so it's like...
Well, we have time.
Just the first few minutes. Jeremy Dayton, I know he's probably all bunched up about Baltimore.
Oh, that was over 2 weeks ago.
Corey Marino is all ecstatic about Denver. Fred and I are sort of happy about the Dodgers, but somewhat disgruntled. If you're gonna be, if you make the statement that your starters are gonna be relievers, then bring the damn starters in for relieving and not fool around with the guys that have been blowing the games. Am I right, Fred?
Well, somebody has to be in charge of tackling Dave when he's on his way to the mound.
Dave Roberts. Is that what we want to tackle?
Yeah, we want to put him on ice as quickly as we can predict a victory. And I've been going over my notes here, and I realized that he's got the potential to screw this up.
Well, plus that rule that once you put a reliever in, you're stuck with the guy for 3 batters. So if a guy walks one and then decides to walk a couple more, you're in deep trouble, Fred.
Well, it's like anything else you do. You just don't leave well enough alone. What they have to do is use the best people. And if this is the last game, they get a rest for 3 or 4 days if they win this thing this afternoon, so.
Wait, what day are we? We're in a time machine?
I don't know. Yeah, by the way, we taped this show prior to the weekend when the show airs, so everybody should know that we're talking about the first round of games here to see how things are going on. But, here's the deal. I think some of these teams, when they get the time off, sometimes don't respond as well because they've been sitting there loafing around, just being the lone wolf, if you know what I mean. So we're going to take a break ourselves, put our feet up, give you some great messages. When we come back, it's the Fred Dryer Show. Stay with us. Lots of sports news for you. Precious metals, gold and silver, are in early-stage bull markets. This, of course, is no surprise to former senior bank executive and #1 best-selling author John Truman Wolfe, who called these moves months ago. And no surprise either to readers of his widely heralded newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com, where subscribers that have followed Wolfe's recommendations have profited handsomely. Wolfe subscribers has also been enlightened with his ongoing crypto recommendations, as well as key equities that have also soared. Calling the right investments is one skill. Knowing when to take profits and enjoy winnings is another. John Truman Wolfe does both. Take advantage of the summer discount sale, where prices have been reduced from $249 to $99. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com. Subscribe today. Don't miss these bull markets. StrategicFinancialIntelligence.com.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Step into the world of Harmony Cheese, where Wisconsin's finest dairy traditions come to life. Our master cheesemakers have perfected the art of crafting exquisite cheeses using only the freshest, highest quality milk. Indulge in our signature Golden Age cheeses, a collection of handcrafted masterpieces that will tantalize your taste buds. Savor the tangy sweetness of cranberry and orange Hopper jelly, the rich buttery smoothness of our aged Gloucester, or the bold, complex flavor of our Merlot cheddar. Harmony cheese is more than just cheese. It's an experience. Every bite is a journey through the heart of Wisconsin, where passion and craftsmanship meet to create culinary delights. Visit our cheese shop in Athens or shop online at harmonycheese.com and discover a world of flavor that will leave you craving more. Visit our website at harmonycheese.com.
Welcome back to our big sports panel. I'm Michael Horn, along with our producers, two of them, Corey Marino, Jeremy Dayton, and the star of our show. Hey, bring the music up a little bit here. We need some music to say. The one and only Fred Dreyer.
There you are. There I am. Good. Very good. Nice being with everybody. Corey, thanks for being here. Jeremy. This is going to be our best show.
Music now. That's all right. All right, so Fred, what do you think of these baseball playoffs so far? The Yanks have had a real tough time with it. Lots of things, Cubs have not been doing well. The Dodgers, amazingly, had at the taping of our show a 2-game lead, but you never can tell with those Phillies because they're pretty good.
I'm on edge now. I don't know if I should talk about any of this stuff.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's not like people don't know. You mean to tell me that show's taped? It's pre-taped? Yeah, it is.
It is,
ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we should set the, because you mentioned the Yankees struggling. They were down 2-0 in the series, and they were down 6-1 in Game 3, and they came back and won. And Aaron Judge had his first breakout game, so that'll be interesting.
It can happen. Yeah, but so anyway, it's kind of amazing. Here's one thing I noticed, and comments on this, Fred. Sometimes the teams that have the longer layoffs don't seem to come up to speed. If you end the season and you got to go into a series, it seems in the series that I've seen in the past few years, those teams seem to be ready to play because they're continuing their season and they're not sitting on the couch, eating bonbons, waiting to go out in 2 or 3 days with some time off. I don't like that time off. I think it hurts them.
Well, it can, and it does sometimes. How much, I don't know. But if you ask somebody, any of players, and ask them, would you like to have 3 days off at any time of your discretion, and they all say, yes, I want the time off.
They do say that, huh?
They don't worry about anything else other than getting time off and breaking the injury psychosis. There's a lot of people who are hurt, and they mask it not only physically, but they mask it emotionally, and if you can get some time to yourself away from your teammates and just break that cycle, it seems to be more helpful than not.
Well, you played football with the Los Angeles Rams. You were in Super Bowl 14, and as I recall, when the Super Bowl plays, you have some time off. The playoff go down the line, and then it's time for the Super Bowl, and they take a couple of weeks off. Do you think that time off hurt you because you guys had a very good team? You could have won that game. Sitting there on the couch eating bonbons, did that stymie you guys a little bit?
There's the miscalculation. People think that, these guys, they work all this time, then they get a little bit of time off, and then they go out and they blow the whole season's effort by eating bonbons. We've got guys who were eating food during games before, so it doesn't
really.
Yes, it doesn't.
Okay.
Make any difference.
All right, so it doesn't make difference on the food but the time off. That's what I'm wondering. If it just sort of slows you down and takes you away from getting, being in there and saying, "Let's go. We got to get this."
Well,
game.
it's all autobiographical of who is the ones you're trusting to. We had guys. Wouldn't mention anyone's name. Would take off on a Thursday and come back from Vegas on a Saturday. Quick turnaround, as it were. Because they felt the urge to lay a bet.
Don't need to do that now.
That was a long time ago, so it was more hush hush than it really is now. But people just want to get away. Go. The joke is, let's all get together and go to Vegas and see Cher.
I wanted to see Dolly Parton, but apparently she's under the surgeon's knife or whatever. But she's going to be okay, as that news story said. So we'll hopefully wish her well and put her in our prayers over there. So let me ask you this, Fred.
Yeah.
The Dodgers blueprint, they, Alex Rodriguez, we're going to talk about a couple of stories here. He thinks the 2020 Dodgers reminds him of the 1990s Yankees, when the Yankees won 3 championships in a row. He says, quoting him, "I think the Dodgers are the complete package. It doesn't matter if they're going to beat you 1-0 or 10-1. It reminds me of the old 90s New York Yankees when they won 4 titles from 96 to 2000 there, where they're going to beat you any way you want to play." And he said, in the pitching, it doesn't matter. They're going to win. The Dodgers are that way. They're unbelievable, and I don't see anybody stopping the Dodgers. Now, he says that, but yet the big weakness in the Dodgers' attack has been the bullpen. So the Dodgers come up with, I think, a genius as a short series here. You got to go ahead and make the short series work for you. There's no tomorrow. So they take and keep their starters that they're going to have starting the games, and they pull out some more starters to put in the bullpen because, quite frankly, the bullpen has stunk, especially towards the end of the year. And then when it comes time to use that bullpen and to use Sasaki there, Roki Sasaki, their phenom who hasn't played much at all, Dave Roberts didn't go to him right away. He waited till the last out, put in Vesia, put in Trinan. Trinan walked 3 or something. The game was 4-1. All of a sudden it gets to be 4-3. And thank goodness Vesia gets a couple out, and then we pull him up, but you got to wait 3 batters, and then he puts Sasaki in for the last out. So are the Dodgers the complete package as long as they let their game plan work? Why do they deviate from the game plan? They should have put Sasaki in to pitch the whole 9th inning from the beginning.
Well, if that's true, but that's just the difference in how people what's as I say autobiographical of your weaknesses as well as your strengths. I don't think for a minute that Tommy Lasorda, of course he's not playing. Tommy's not, is not active. When he's a head coach that has a philosophy that he holds true, and throughout the playoff season, he knows who his trusted right hand men and his bullpen is, but for the most part, most of this stuff is you got to be able to say, something, I'm not going to go that route again. I can't for the sake of the team, because I know there's team members there that are thinking, don't bring so and so in because he's on the downside right now. It doesn't mean you're gonna toss him to the wind, but you're gonna be smart. I would go with Sasaki until he tells me, something. I don't think I can do it. Good. Sit down on the bench, relax, and then reshuffle. And bring in your relievers, and don't worry about it, because you got to move fast, and you got to move fast because it's called for.
It's today or tomorrow, and that's it. You don't have a whole season to make up for it. And back in 1988, when Tommy Lasorda was out there, 81 when he played there, he had Oral Hershiser that was able to go out there and pitch from the bullpen, even though he was a starter, and maybe he burned the guy's arm out. I don't know. The guy still pitched for some years afterwards. But Oral Hershiser said, yeah, use me if you want to. You got to go with your best because there's no tomorrow, Fred.
Well, that's very true. And this Dodger team, Dodger team that we're looking at now has the ability to go all the way, beat everybody. And it all depends. It all comes down to luck and how people are used out of the bullpen versus the starters.
And there's one thing they don't have yet that the 90s Yankees did, and that's a little Jeffrey Mayer in right field ready to pull in an out, a third out in the bottom of the eighth. That would have been, that gave them the lead against the Orioles.
Forget that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still worried about that one, I should, Jeremy. We'll be back. The Fred Dreyer Show. Stay with us.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-475-7125. 800-475-7125. That's 800-475-7125.
Savor the past and savor the glory days of Las Vegas. Enjoy 70 years of true Las Vegas history as 4 generations of family wait to greet you at the legendary Bootlegger Italian Bistro. Wine, dine, and experience Mama Maria's award-winning original recipes while surrounded by original family photos and celebrity memorabilia. Enjoy piano artistry nightly with music from the Great American Songbook in our main formal dining room. The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South, in the entertainment capital of the world. The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, open 7 days a week. 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South, in the entertainment capital of the world. It's Vegas, baby.
To break or not to break your stucco? That is the question that homeowners have to ask themselves. Do they want to do that? I think not. Hi, Aaron here from California Deluxe Windows. In more than 20 years, we learned how to make most beautiful, energy-efficient windows to make your home beautiful, comfortable, and more valuable. We do not break the stucco, and we install our windows so precise that your house can be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. For the best custom windows built right here in Southern California, call Aaron at California Deluxe Windows. Get 20% off your entire project and 1-year interest-free financing in Chatsworth and Santa Clara. 866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. CSLB number 774518. Some restrictions may apply.
Welcome back. It's the Fred Dreyer Show. I'm Michael Horn, along with our producers Jeremy Dayton and Corey Marino, the star of our show, the one and only Fred Dreyer. Fred, a lot of interesting things happen in baseball, and one of the things are, I got to have your opinion on this, the Angels, who aren't going anywhere these days, seems to be what the Angels finished the season 72-90, haven't made the playoffs since 2014, and it looks like there's rumors that Major League Baseball legend Albert Pujols is going to reportedly be the Angels' next manager. Ron Washington, due to Health problems is not going to be there. Interim manager Ray Montgomery won't return. What do you think about this?
About
Albert taking over the reins of the Angels. Albert Pujols.
you know something? There's an old saying, a newborn duck could drive that car.
Howard the Duck.
And the overriding view is if the players want to play for him and they accept him, give him the job.
He played 11 seasons in Major League Baseball with the St. Louis Cardinals. He was known as Mr. Cardinal, and then signed the 10-year deal, $240 million deal with the Angels, and played 9+ seasons with them from 2012 to 2021. Also played for the Dodgers and endeared himself to the Dodgers and the fans, coming off the bench and hitting some key home runs. So I don't know. He's tied. Listen to this: in the 10 years with the Angels, tied for 4th in Angels history with 222 home runs. Also being 5th with 783 RBIs, 9th with 1,180 hits. In total, he's a 3-time MVP, 2-time Gold Glover, 6-time Silver Slugger, 4th in Major League Baseball history with 703 career home runs. So, maybe this could be the spark that gets these guys going, because they seem to have the good players. Some players come there and they leave, and they do well on other teams. Something's got to change a little bit there. You think it's the manager?
Well, I mean, he's the most logical, extrapolation of the working conditions. He's likable. He's got all those numbers as you just printed out. But the end result is that stuff fairly rarely works out. I mean, the ownership is the issue.
And we could always address this again after the 2026 World Baseball Classic, where he's going to be managing the Dominican Republic. See how he does there.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Does that happen before the season?
And does it happen? Yeah. But I think Fred hit a nail on the head. It doesn't really matter if what the manager can do, because he can only do with what the players he's given. And the Angels teams have the general manager and the owner have not done them any favors, and they need to top to bottom rebuild.
Yeah, the business model that the Angels are run on is a proven loser, and until someone says, "Hey, you know something? We got to get the duck out of the boat and put someone in there that's going to deliver what the fans want and what Artie Moreno, the owner, isn't waiting around to have someone say, "Hey, Artie, hire me, and then I'll tell you how to run your franchise." And then you hire them, and they just say, "Make better choices and spend more money."
It's such a distant memory that Shohei Ohtani was an Angel. Now he's a world champion with the Dodgers.
How about that?
Only a few years ago. You're right.
Yeah, someone said, "Hey, you guys Shohei Ohtani." I was amazed that Shohei stayed as long as he did.
Yeah.
Well, they had a good manager and Mike Scioscia. That was when the Angels won, a championship there, and I think that's kind of a key factor. That he was good, and he had some training a lot from his playing days and working with Tommy Lasorda. But, Corey, I tell you, Lasorda used to bring out the best in people. That 1981 team, or the 1988 team, the people made fun of it. They said it wasn't going to be a star. Bob Costas made cracks about it, and Lasorda took the whatever Costas said, played it for everybody in the dugout, and said it over and over again until the team started to believe they could make it happen with Kirk Gibson and Oral Hershiser, and that's kind of what happened on that team.
Well, everybody's talking about parody this and parody that. Parody is not to be engineered. You don't come in and purposely make decisions that for the sake of parody. You go out and get the best people for the job, and put them together and manage them. And that's the one thing that the Angels have since I've been watching. I went to Angel games in 1961, 62, and my uncle Rule, who was a police officer in Hawthorne, he'd take me to the games, and he would say this is going to be a great team, and that was like 60 years ago.
There you go. And he was, of course, right. For 1 year, they were.
Yeah, 1 year.
They were a great team,
yeah.
and then it sort of stopped.
I wouldn't take those odds to Vegas. I
know. No, and I'm seeing more bunting and things of that nature in baseball now, even in these playoffs. To me, that's the game of baseball that we got to play, and you can't just hit the dang long ball all the time. You got to look and see what's out there on the field and make it happen. Your thoughts on that, Fred? You're coming up, and the bases it's got a couple of runners on. You're going to go for the home run, or you're going to try and bring the runners in with a single?
Look, again, here's the philosophy, the business model of how do you win games in Major League Baseball.
Exactly.
And, some say, get out there and, Tony La Russa, get out there and hit the ball over the frickin' fence, and then, we'll have a cigar when the game's over.
That's it.
But, there's just different ways of approaching and talking to your people. I made a joke here. There has to be a designated player who's in charge of keeping Dave from making the bad decisions on the bullpen. And that's true.
Bring in the relievers you got in there from the starting rotation. One other baseball story, then we'll get to some football. Corey, tell us about this situation in Seattle with this Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. And we're talking home runs here, by the way. Just want to make sure that's clear. Delivering to a Mariners fan in Detroit. What happened here?
Yeah, so Cal Raleigh of the Mariners has been known. He led the league in the Major League in home runs this year with 60. And his nickname is the Big Dumper.
What's his name again?
The Big Dumper.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was the Mariners were in Detroit for the Game 3, and one of the fans had a shirt on that said "Dump 61 here," and the ball left the bat and went into the dugout and bounced into his hands.
The fan's hands?
The fan's hands, and he ended up getting the ball and got to meet Cal Raleigh at the end, and he's also contemplating going to the Game 4 and trying to get 62 as well, because he had another shirt saying "Dump 62 here" right under "Dump 61 here."
Well, that's kind of interesting.
That's
maybe
where we are today.
Dump some more when it gets going over there. And let's get into some football news here. So we'll start with you, JD, Jeremy Dayton, big Baltimore Ravens fans. What has happened to this team, JD? What's going on?
I mean, there's not a whole lot to explain it. I mean, I told my friends, I was like, let's be reasonable. Detroit, they did beat us. They beat us up. We were out our entire starting D-line, and there's loaded at running back, and they ran right through us, and it was a close game, but we lost. And they had something to prove because we had annihilated them on our home field last time we played. Houston came in, and we were decimated by injuries. They wanted payback from our 50-10 drubbing of them last year or something like that on their home field, and they caught us at the right time. No confidence, a ton of injuries. I mean, yeah, usually you want to recover, especially at home, but, man, it's just a perfect storm of circumstances, and they got no identity, no confidence right now. We'll see. Corey was talking about the players have to execute, and I think that's true in football too, but coaching does have a lot to do with it. There's so many people calling for John Harbaugh's head. I still think it's too early. Even if we lose to the Rams, we got a bye week. If we get some guys healthy, our schedule softens up. We'll see what we can do.
Your thoughts on that, Fred?
Well, look, I would think that if John Harbaugh is worried about his job, there's like 31 other teams that will show up over at the Ravens headquarters and cut a deal right now.
Yeah. The Dolphins would fire Mike McDaniel today if Harbaugh was out there.
Fans are so short-sighted. It's
that you gotta
he's
you
just
gotta
been
look
there
at the
too
injuries.
long.
Got to see what's going on. Yeah. You had injuries and things when you played on the Rams, and they used Novocaine or whatever they used for what was Rich Saul?
Yes, that's what it
didn't they
was.
put a big Novocaine needle in his thumb to
right
get him?
between the eyes with that.
That's the
Novocaine.
stuff.
For some freaking reason, I had a great game that day, and I can't understand if it was because I was getting shot in the left eye or the right eye.
I'm telling you. Things are different now. Now you can't use smelling salts this season, and you got to bring your own to the game if you want to use them. So it's all right.
They sell them up at the concession stand.
That was
that's,
the deal.
That's for the fans.
For the
when
fans.
they spread the word. Hey, Dave's getting up in the Dodger dugout.
Oh,
What's
I got
gonna
the smelling salts.
Oh
Come
no,
on.
he's on his way to the mound. Somebody stop him.
Some Novocaine patches for all Dodger fans.
There you have it. All right, we're going to take a break, come back with more. It's the one and only Fred Dreyer Show. We're in the Sports Lounge here. Yours truly, Michael Horn, Jeremy Dayton, Corey Marino, and the one and only Fred Dreyer. We'll be back.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 800-785-9618. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-785-9618 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 800-785-9618 right now to schedule your tax-deductible vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-785-9618 now.
The Kahanapali Beach Resort on Maui is open, and we are welcoming guests. All properties are taking reservations now. Come visit. Go to kahanapaliresort.com. Experience Kahanapali Beach Resort on the tropical west side of Maui, just a short drive from the airport. All highways are open, a collection of relaxing resort properties, our award-winning beach, delectable dining, world-class restaurants, and activities for everyone, snorkeling, surfing, sailboating, water sports of all kinds, beach and ocean dining, stargazing, beautiful sunsets every night, golf, sun, fun, food, wine, and all in paradise. Visit Kahanapali Beach Resort on Maui. Relax. Reservations are now available. Start with a visit to kahanapaliresort.com. That's Kahanapali resort.com. The Kahanapali Beach Resort is waiting for you.
You experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Welcome back to the one and only Fred Dreyer Show. I'm Michael Horn along with Corey Marino, Jeremy Dayton, and the star of our show, Fred Dreyer. So, Fred, your Rams
Yes.
took it on the chin last week with the dreaded 49ers coming and beating these guys 26-23 in overtime. There was the final play of the game. They could have gone for a kick, the Rams, and tied the game. Instead, they tried to do whatever they could at the 1-yard line and get a first down. That didn't work out. They lost, and the rest, as they say, is now history. What's going on there? They had many ways they could have won this game, and certain ways all the way along the game the Rams could have won.
Well, I think didn't one of the announcers for ESPN say that the Ram head coach apologized for calling bad play?
He really regretted it. I know that.
He says that was just that was a stupid mistake. He says, "I'm sorry I did it," and I think they also didn't they 49ers block an extra kick or a field goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they blocked 2 field goals.
2 of them, yeah.
Well, that's a problem.
I'll give you a problem right then and there.
Wait, the other night they did?
Oh, and
they blocked one this week.
They blocked 1 this week, and they've been blocked four times.
A couple of times. That kicker on the Rams is not that good. Am I right, Corey?
No, he's missed a couple, and then they've been blocked. And I don't know. It's been around. It's been league wide though that there's been so many blocked field goals that's
crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, well, the ball still comes off at a trajectory that's pretty low, and they do a good job defensively collapsing the guard center 0-1 holes and just blowing people up there because there's some big guys there with an ass full of effort. They can actually make a big difference nowadays.
The 49ers had a lot of injuries, Fred, and they're 4-1 with their injuries. And the Rams look like the stronger team, and they're what are they 3-2 now, Corey?
Yeah, they're 3-2 as well.
They'll bounce back,
Yeah, you're welcome. They come to Baltimore this week.
Yeah, Denver. Yeah, they come to Baltimore this week. Denver Broncos surprisingly 21, the Eagles 17. Let's talk about that game.
Yeah, the Broncos take down the undefeated Eagles. Couple cool things about that: the Eagles never ran a tush push in that game.
Amazing.
So they kept them out of 4th and 2 or 3rd and 2, roughly and on. So I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty amazing. And then one of the funniest things when you were talking about disgruntled fans and not really knowing what they want, all they said was, "We want them to start passing the ball to A.J. Brown," and they passed the most they've passed in 2 years, and then they lose.
Exactly. You wonder how much that outside noise gets into the players and the coaches' minds. Like even with the Rams, I wonder if they had watched the Green Bay-Dallas game the week before, everybody criticizing Green Bay for playing for the tie, for not going for it, and then maybe McVay was thinking that. He's like, all right, we got to go for it on 4th and 1. And
that's where the social media bleeds through to the coaching decisions.
That's it.
It happens to human.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Fred started his career with the New York Giants and briefly was on the New England Patriots. He didn't think there was much going on. There's some guy named Brady that he thought was going to come down the line.
I can't take credit for this.
So the Patriots, though, look like they've turned some things around. They beat arguably one of the better teams now in the league, the Buffalo Bills. Patriots win 23-20. That's a big upset here for us, Fred.
Well, it certainly is, and I don't know how we did on the picking of.
We did terribly, Fred.
Yes, well, I know. So let's not discuss.
We were 6 and 8. A lot of people.
We were 6 and 8.
Well, yeah, I think there was
a lot of.
I think there was 10 upsets, and
we picked most of them. We missed most of them.
I hate to say this, Mike, but I think I'm going to have to go solo this week.
I think you're going to have to.
That was a Stephon Diggs revenge game. I tell you, like they were intent on giving him his revenge, and they just kept giving him the ball, and that was something. That play where Jake May escaped, like the defender was dragging on him on that last drive after the Bills tied it, and he was dragging on him. I don't know how he stayed up. And then he got the ball to Stephon Diggs. He made a play, made a first down when it should have been probably an 8-yard loss, and then they go on to win it.
Now, Fred, one of the things you always talk about is you really can't tell a team for the first few games because there's not a big preseason anymore. So you kind of like the first few games are preseason, right? Kind of like you're in that kind of a mode until you kind of get settled down and get started out. So things change here in weeks 3 and 4 and 5. Am I right?
Well, yeah. That's right. I mean, right now you're probably 2 games shy of opening season.
When New England got blown out by Oakland week 1.
Yeah.
Or not Oakland, Vegas. And they can't come within 20 points of a team now.
It's something else. The Chiefs finally got their winning ways handed to them there. Jacksonville Jaguars 31, the Kansas City Chiefs 28. What's going on there?
Well, they're a little old in key places, like from the center, left guard, the offensive line. Once the offensive line, hits 30, 31, then you got to start replacing those people as fast as you can with quality people.
Or they get married. Could be. Now, here this week, let's talk about some things to talk about as we look ahead to next week's games. Thursday night, going to be the Eagles playing the Giants. What do you think there? I think the Eagles, even though they're injured, have to come back. However, it is being played in New York, Fred, your old team.
Yeah, they're not gonna beat them in New York. Philly. They're not gonna beat Philly in New York.
Yeah, you guys, what do you think? JD, Corey?
You can go ahead, Corey.
I think Philadelphia should win handily, maybe by like 17.
Yeah.
Once you dissect how and why the Giants beat the 49ers.
The Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah, that's right. Same team.
Same team.
Yeah, maybe the NFC East is. Then Washington came in too.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. They'll the teams with the coaches and the coaching breeding. Kansas City and even all the teams that aren't Philadelphia, New England, Frisco, L.A. All those good teams that have good coaching breeding will find their stroke and they'll be all right. And that even includes Baltimore.
All right, Sunday games. The Broncos are going to kick it off at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern. They're in London playing the Jets. I got to go with the Broncos on this one. It could be already played by the time you hear this show. Your thoughts, Fred?
Broncos and the Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the Jets doing something. They'll probably there's 17 games. They'll probably win 4, maybe.
Corey?
They haven't won yet. So I don't. And if the Broncos beat the undefeated Eagles and then lose to the defeated Jets, I don't know if you'll see me on Monday.
JD?
That's the only thing. That's the only thing you can maybe think is a letdown, or maybe going to a Europe could throw them off. But as far as the parity in the league, it's like that's exactly how they want it, right? They want bettors to be betting on both sides of the game, being in limbo as who's going to win this week, and then that way, the NFL conglomerate and all the casinos and sports betting markets win no matter what.
Yep.
All right, Rams are in Baltimore, Fred. What do you think?
Rams are in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Well, the way Baltimore is stuck with injuries, I was surprised. I'm going to go with the Rams on this.
JD?
JD. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy when Puka Nacua catches 10 balls for 200 yards for my fantasy team.
Corey?
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Me too. Arizona, Indianapolis being played in Indy. Fred?
Arizona and Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Arizona's been blowing some things. Corey, your thoughts?
Yeah, Arizona. I think they just broke a record for 4 games in a row, losing on the last play of the game.
Jeremy?
So I'm gonna go against Arizona.
It's hard to go against Indy right now, but do we have any comments on that DeMarcado, like how that can happen again after Adonai Mitchell did it? They have that game put away if he doesn't drop that ball as he's crossing the goal line.
Oh, he's an idiot.
And then the coach gets fined $100K for getting in his face about it, shoving him.
Yeah, what's that all about?
There it is, right there. That
coach should be able to get in their player's face if he wants to. What's
should
the
be
big
able
deal?
to kick him in the ass and tell him to get off the field and have the ownership stand behind him.
The thing I thought about is earlier this season didn't the Chiefs coach belly bump Kelsey? Didn't Andy Reid belly bump Kelsey on the sideline?
Yeah,
he didn't have to apologize or he said it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
He just said, I'm happy
we're fired.
You're getting married. And just kind of hit him with his gut a few times. That's good.
Yeah. I guess it's jumping on a guy when he's down. We're all about feelings in this world. But
yeah, forget the feelings.
The guy who's making $1 million to go out there and run a football. Yeah. Let's feel sorry for him.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Steelers are at home. Fred?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
I agree.
Seattle, Jacksonville Jaguars. Interesting game. Jaguars are the home team. Fred?
They're playing at home for who?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Seattle.
Oh, that's going to be a good game.
It's going to be an interesting game.
That's going to be a good
who wants
game.
to win it?
I'm gonna right now until they show it differently. I'll go with the Florida team.
The Jacksonville Jaguars. There you go. What do you think, JD?
I think I'll take Seahawks in this one.
And Corey?
Yeah, I think every year you get one of those teams that are like 4-1 and they're not as good, and I think that's the Jaguars. So I think the Seahawks are going to be their defense is looking good, so I'm going to take them.
If Jags do take care of business, then they got to be looked out for in the AFC.
That's right. There 100%. You go. Chargers are going to be playing in Miami. Fred, who's going to win that one?
Chargers in Miami. Yeah, well, the Chargers could win with 10 people playing for them.
That's what I'm hoping, man.
It's heartbreaking because Miami can't stop the run, but it was Hassan Haskins, Kamani Vidal. Who's going to run the ball for the Chargers?
Herbert.
Yeah. It's like, man, right. Mario Hampton, we needed him.
Yeah.
Corey, your pick?
I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. I think this is the last game for Mike McDaniel.
Oh, boy. All right, here's an interesting one. The Cowboys, who kind of fresh from a win, going up against Carolina, fresh from a win. What do you think here? This is who wants to win this one? Fred, being played in Carolina.
Well, give me the players again in Carolina, and they're playing.
Dallas against Carolina.
Dallas
in the Panthers.
I'm going to go with Dallas. Dak, all the way with Dak.
I hate to say it, but I feel like this is the kind of game that Dallas blows, and Carolina just came off a come-from-behind win, and who knows? Maybe they're playing with confidence. I hope Dallas pulls it out but I could see them losing on the road.
Who's the quarterback there, Corey, in Carolina?
Bryce Young.
Yeah, new, right?
Yeah, he's nice. His third year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold my nose and pick Dallas, I think. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, I think Dak's playing pretty well right now, so I'll give it to Dallas.
New England Patriots are going to play in New Orleans against the Saints. Your thoughts, Fred?
Pats.
I'm with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots as well.
Tennessee Titans against the Raiders. Your thoughts on this one? That's being played in Las Vegas.
Tennessee Titans.
Who wants to win?
I'm going to go with Pete.
The Raiders get their first win?
Yeah.
The Raiders.
I did that last week, and I'm going to go Raiders. And
wait a minute.
Corey?
They haven't won the game yet?
They've won one.
They beat New England week 1.
Yeah, but I like the Raiders as well.
Yeah.
All right. At home. Okay. 49ers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Being played in Tampa Bay. Fred, your thoughts?
Tampa.
Me too.
I'm going with Baker in Tampa as well.
Yeah, me too.
Bengals against the Packers. Packers all the way, right, Fred?
Oh, boy, all the way to the barn.
Joe Flacco, but Green Bay's coming off a bye.
Corey?
Yeah, I have Green Bay.
All right, we'll come back with the last couple. Stay with us here. It's the Fred Dreyer Show.
Attention, those of you looking to go on a fun vacation and see the world on the cheap. Today, the U.S. dollar is worth even more in other countries, so there's never been a better time to travel outside the USA. The dollar is worth over $1.30 in Canadian dollars, and it's the same for Australia. You can fly there today and have fun and maximize your travel dollar. Your U.S. dollar is worth over $3 in Brazilian reals, and it's worth over $18 in Mexican pesos. Plus, in Argentina, it's worth over $27 in Argentine pesos. Just think of the bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now. 802-317-1979. 802-317-1979. 802-317-1979. That's 802-317-1979.
1 out of 2 Americans thinks their life is worthy of a book. Here's another startling stat. You may be one of the 15% of people who bothered to start your book and one of the 6% that got halfway through it, but your gem of an idea likely died. Or did it? Some published authors are making significant money, so join the ranks of the successful people that finished their books with help from Dorrance Publishing. Call right now, and our experienced editors and writers will explain to you what it's going to take to get your book completely written, published, and then taken to market to sell it. It's a free consultation, so call right now. Find out how much time and money it takes to finally get that book idea of yours published. Make your dreams happen. Call Dorrance Publishing right now.
800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. That's 800-786-1468.
This is baseball's Ron Say. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers, but the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you will have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to the short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Get your set of Michelin Defender 2 tires at Hank's Tires, 19951 Ventura Boulevard in Woodland Hills. Call my buddy Steve Goldberg at 818-340-4200. That's 818-340-4200. Hank's Tires is also built to last. Hank opened Hank's Tires in 1953, and we are the oldest tire and auto repair shop in the San Fernando Valley with 100% customer satisfaction. Hank's is AAA approved for all of your auto repair needs. Call Hank's Tires at 818-340-4200 and tell them Ron Say sent you.
Welcome back to the Fred Dreyer Show. Michael Horn, Jeremy Dayton, Corey Marino, the one and only Fred Dreyer. All right, 3 more games, guys. Detroit Lions on the road at Kansas City. What do you think, Fred?
Detroit Lions.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I got to go with the Lions.
Corey?
Yep, I got to go with the Lions as well.
Buffalo playing in Atlanta. Atlanta came on, I don't know. I'd like to stay away from Atlanta. I kind of like Buffalo in this game, but it's being played in Atlanta. What do you think, Fred?
Buffalo.
I'd love to see Atlanta win, but Buffalo.
Yeah, I think
everybody's been waiting to see Atlanta start to do something, but they keep failing.
What is it? Penix is the quarterback there?
Yeah, Penix, yeah.
Penix, yeah.
They're coming off a bye.
They're coming off a bye, but Buffalo's coming off that tough loss, so they're probably angry. I think Josh Allen will probably score 4 touchdowns. I think it's Buffalo.
Chicago, the Bears on the road playing the Washington Commanders. What do you think, Fred?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the home team, Washington.
Yeah, I think I am too. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, I think I like Washington. They're getting a little bit more healthy. Jaden Daniels looking good. They just whooped the Chargers, who had a decent run defense.
Yeah,
so I like that.
I think on that one I'll take Chicago. See if they learn their lesson. They had Washington beat last year until the dude started showboating on that Hail Mary play and wasn't in position. That changed their season. 2
games on Monday night. They're spreading them out. Why don't they do one every night during the week? Wouldn't that be great? Guys will never get arrested. They'll be looking for time off over there. That's our show, and the playoffs will continue as well, too. Hey, drop Fred a note here. You can email Fred at freddryer@crntalk.com. freddryer@crntalk.com. You can catch him at Fred_Dryer on X and on Instagram, and The Real Fred Dryer on Facebook. So check it out. But get your questions into Fred, freddryer@crntalk.com. And that's kind of our show. And it's here every week at this time on this radio station and also at CRN Talk. Get the podcast. It's available right after we do the show. All you got to do is go to your favorite podcast platform and just search The Fred Dryer Show. It'll come right up. Spotify, wherever you want to go, it's there. Or on your smartphone, dial pound 250. It's a phone call, pound 250, hit send. Say, find my podcast, and then when they ask you which one, say The Fred Dryer Show. Final thoughts from you, Fred.
Well, it was a speedy show, and I want to thank JD and what's your name, Corey?
Corey.
I thought you promised to wear name tags in the.
If anyone should ask, you're listening to CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. There appears to be a breakthrough in the 2-year-old Gaza war. President Trump has posted a statement saying Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of his plan to pause fighting and release at least some hostages and prisoners. Following that announcement, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said, quote, "With God's help, we will bring them all home." was sounding upbeat about a Gaza deal coming together.
It's something I think that will happen, got a good chance of happening. I may go there sometime toward the end of the week, maybe on Sunday, actually.
Tempers are rising as the federal government shutdown enters its second week. Randy Irwin is president of the National Federation of Government Employees and complains that middle-class federal workers are being treated like